Hello, survivors of the apocalypse and veterans of Atom RPG. Welcome back to Trudograd and a special episode. So many thanks, especially to Arthur, for the hint that I missed something very important. And let's travel back in time. The meaning of life, it is. So the thing is, I already recorded the next episode, and therefore, as that was also a longer one, I don't want to invest the time to play everything again. But there's actually no, it doesn't affect what we are going to learn now. It doesn't affect us actually, so our further play, I mean. So, and you can also get a special achievement here that only 2% of players actually have, me included now. But I checked it out, if it's what would happen and if it was actually worth doing and what would be the effect. That was my thinking, yeah, to determine if I had to replay everything, but I don't. So we are back here. Before speaking with Kung-Lan, we do have the items that he demanded, which is devil's weed, toilet paper, and the gasoline, right? So we kind of don't have it in our inventory, so it does appear to work just with someone else having it in the inventory. So which is actually very convenient. So maybe our main hero doesn't have to carry around so much. Let's see. Oh, welcome back, little Pengju. I'm here to talk about that mission you gave me. The mission, how I wish you'd stop talking that silly old ritual so seriously. Stop taking that silly old ritual so seriously. Well, anyway, I got all the items I needed to get. So that's what we need to say to get into this thing and deliver the stuff. Instead of answering, the old man lowers his gaze and smiles sadly. He replies in a barely audible whisper. You actually did it, little Pengju. You gathered all the items. By entrusting me with these, you will join those unhappy few who have learned the meaning of life. Think carefully. Do you really wish to know? Soon there will be no way back. Yeah, you can't scare me here. And if we say, fuck me, fuck this, I changed my mind and so on, then it's just over. And we don't even get a second chance to give it to him, so a waste of time. There. Razin lost the gasoline. The old man nods. He takes the logs we brought and one by one throws them into the fireplace. When the fire dies down because of the damp wood, he throws the waste paper on top and adds the gasoline. Well, that is certainly not healthy to inhale that crap. Why is he doing that in this room here? But well, the fireplace roars to life. The heat is almost unbearable. After wiping his hands on his clothes, the sage then rolls a fat blunt out of the toilet paper we brought and bends down to light it from the dancing flames. He deeply inhales the narcotic smoke and studies the blaze with a blissful expression. A minute passes in stillness, then 2, then 3, and nothing happens, except the devil weed smoke rising in a coil towards the ceiling. Hey Pops, you alive or what? The old man is still. His soft voice sounds very distant, as if coming from the depths of a dank crypt. Did you see it, little Pengju? The bitter meaning of life in the flames, or did it fly past you like smoke? If so, I will explain my foolish demonstration. Life is a meaningless exercise in futility. All of its phantom results turn to ashes sooner or later. Forgive me for this truth. I tried with all my heart to warn you against learning it. Well, Kung-Lan, you're not right. Also not ashes, yeah. Everything can turn into everything. Everything and anything, even our bodies later on. Beautiful butterflies, beautiful flowers. Or maybe even a sharp sword from the metal that we have in our blood. Anyway, it was fun talking to you, but this old meaningless bit of nothing wishes to rest by the fire in silence before the winds of entropy scattered across the stillborn universe. Bye-bye. So he really tries to get around. So indeed, this is not the answer. And last time, I felt like life has no meaning, that's it. I didn't gather all this shit for a week as reward like that, you hack. I didn't want to say that, but it is actually the thing that we need to say. And I just said using the intellect, because I also feel that this was appropriate. Nihilism is a symptom of an undeveloped mind. Let me shed the light of existentialism upon your sorry soul. So that's one way, and we get some experience with that. Or we say this, so life has no meaning. That can't be it. Poor little Pengju. Even after all my warnings, even after I begged you to stop pursuing this because disappointment was the only possible result, yet still you are disappointed. But why? It's not like you gained nothing at all. What about the invaluable life experience you received while retrieving all that garbage for me? Before we can summon an answer for the old coot, we realize that despite the dumb conclusion of our quest for meaning, we really did gain some invaluable life experience while gathering things for him. Yeah, that's true. Exactly. Experience. Experience is what gives life meaning. Listen up, you old fossil. Here is where your philosophy is absolutely wrong. This is what we can say again, but it is actually not the real answer. But now that we want to experience everything in the game, we are going to say this, but we need to go on. Actually, believe it or not, I expect an interesting conclusion, not some pseudo-philosophical ramblings. We could also try out this one here, but let's say this one first, the intellect option, exact experience, but we only gain 1 health point now, because it takes a while. Using the simplest words we know, we explain that life at its core is meaningless, but people can create their own meaning as they gather experiences. In this way, we'll discover the pure beauty of existing. The wacky greybeard hears us out and then gives a reply that assures us of our victory in this debate. I'm too old to look at things from the angle you described, little Pengju. But I respect your outlook on life. Perhaps that is the truth you were seeking after all. Now please, let me rest. Rest away, old man. We throw him an insouciant wink and leave. That's it. It is not it. We are traveling back in time, but this is the second chance that we get to get out of here, and we will soon learn that we have to get out of that. But let's go on again. Kung-Lan. So we've got this thing, the things for you, and you can't scare us. So he throws everything in the fire, looks at it, smokes the joint. The bitter meaning of life in the flames. Did you see it, little Pengju? Well, that can't be it. Life has no meaning, that's it? No. Poor little Pengju. And then here, let's say this one first. So why am I even wasting my time on this argument? You are high as bloody Sputnik. The first satellite humanity put into space. I think this is just to where we end the whole thing, but let's say that. We watch the old man, or we already also get 1 or 2 experience points. Watch the old man barely hold on to his blunt and sigh. There's no reason to get upset over the antics of the elderly. Maybe the meaning of life wasn't in his fancy words and bullshit rambling, but in the little adventures we had as we gathered all that stuff he burned. Or, alternatively, we just wasted our time for nothing. Well, okay, then rest, old man. No, okay. So, and now for the real thing. Kung-Lan. We have your stuff. And you can't scare us. So he's smoking. Pops you alive. Did you see it, little Pengju? The bitter meaning of life in the flames? Ash. Everything turns to ash. No, it's not that bad. Yeah, life has no meaning, that's it? No, can't be it. Poor little Pengju, even after all my warnings. So, believe it or not, I expected an interesting conclusion, not some pseudo-philosophical ramblings. Oh, Hardball. How does he know our name, by the way? I've seen your kind time and time again. No stone must be left unturned. Every secret must be unearthed. So such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed seeker of truth. But in the end, you lack the stomach for the agony you bring upon yourself. With blinding speed, the old man throws his blunt into the air, catches it in his toothless mouth and swallows it whole, only to pull it out from our ear moments later, still burning. Despite being completely baffled by this phantasmagoric display, we are still able to track the motions making up the strange trick and unwillingly gain even more life experience. We feel violated. So, well, and then we have 2 more options to say. We have to do this again after this. I want to see both. Well... We shake our head. What was that? I must have gotten high from the fumes. I know what this is. This seems to be, you know, still not enough. Surprise me, old man. I mean, really surprise me. This is the special thing. But let's say this one first. So what was that? I must have gotten high from the fumes. We watched the old man barely hold onto his blunt and sigh. There's no reason to get upset over the antics of the elderly. Ah, well, then rest, old man. Okay, so it's really hard to get the right stuff. To really get to the meaning of life, Kung-Lan. So, we've got your stuff. He throws everything in the fire. Smokes the joint. Pops, are you alive? Did you see it, little Pengju? The bitter meaning of life and the flames and the ashes? No, come on. Life has no meaning, that's it. I didn't gather all this shit for a weak-ass reward like that, you hack. Poor little Pengju, even after all my warnings. Yes, even after all your warnings. Believe it or not, I expected an interesting conclusion, not some pseudo-philosophical ramblings. Oh, Hardball, I've seen your kind time and time again. And then he does his trick, and then, no, still not enough. Surprise me, old man. I mean, really surprise me. Then raise your gaze up to the sky. Oh, you're going to enjoy this. And there we are. Up the mountain achievement. Well, now we can't see because I did it. Sorry about that, but yeah. Following the old man's shaking finger, we look up. Instead of a ceiling, we see a humongous face looking down. Oh! He looks at us. We see a humongous face looking down at us from an impossible angle. That's actually cool. We just breached the... What is it called? The 3rd or 4th wall, right? Its gigantic eyes scroll slowly from side to side as if reading some unseen text. Hello, Hardball. You are allowed to wave at him now. That's actually pretty cool. And that's not the first time, actually, that we kind of stepped out of the game, right? Zoom out, camera. We were in a poorly made video game all along. Goodbye, Trudograd. Real life awaits us, little Pengju. The profound truth, as dark as it is ugly, crushes our very being as our screaming brain is filled to the limit and beyond. With experience we should never have had. All of what we were, if we ever really were, is obliterated in an instant. All that remains is our enlightenment. There we are. And I think we have blue eyes, right? That's good. The life of the great atom agent ended prematurely. There we are. Oh god. Well, I mean, that's maybe one of the better ways to die. Where is this one, by the way? Oh yeah. So, we got 19 skill points, but we are dead. Now that's, by the way, that's weird. So death has claimed us and now it is up to the scavengers to decide what they do with our lifeless body. I think I was... when I did this the first time, I clicked C to get to the character sheet, not via the user interface here. And then we suddenly had like thousands of skill points. but we can't use them, of course, because we are dead. But that was cool and interesting. The breach of the fourth wall. Yeah, but as you can see, we would need to reload anyway. And that's why I decided to do this one as a little extra episode. And there we are. So many thanks for watching. That was The Meaning of Life, or rather Kung-Lan's. Well, that was his name, right? Kung-Lan's. Oh, and by the way, we are sliding back into our car, or what? Well, let's wait for a second here. Yeah, it did happen. Usually when I just started the game and did something else for a minute or so. Yeah, well, but I hope you enjoyed this, and well, what do you think? I invited you to share your thoughts on the meaning of life, and I shared it in the episode already, and I would really like to know. So far, no one has reacted, except for Arthur pointing out that I missed this dialogue, but it is certainly interesting, yeah. And then you can get the special Steam achievement to learn about the meaning of life. And there we are. So many thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Maybe found it even enlightening, because it's actually quite interesting. There are people, even back in the antique time in old Greece and so on, they were thinking that, this parable with the cave, right? That we are actually looking at a reflection. But also that life is actually not real, and it appears that we are just some form of puppets or whatever. And you also recall that Elon Musk is, for example, thinking that this must be some form of simulation, maybe. And maybe it is, who knows. But I feel we have a life, and we can and should make the best out of it, and become really the best version of ourselves, and therefore make life also better for everybody. Yeah, and I'm saying this in a dark time for many countries. Yeah, if you are in Eastern Europe, then you know what I'm talking about. Especially if you are German like me, you also know what I'm talking about, because insanity is spreading. Yeah, I mean we have murders. Yeah, every day we have murders, mostly by some Islamists, yeah, by Oriental people who want to spread Islam and who despise the European population. And the reaction is that people, there are interesting articles on this one at the moment. So people are considering the possibility that there's really a mass psychosis going on. Yeah, because the reaction, the normal reaction would be that you try to control the situation somehow and reduce this influx, yeah, of these people, or at least check them in a way, yeah. But instead they are actually doing demonstrations against right-wing people, or like Nazis and so on. It's like hallucination. Yeah. It's like a chime of craziness in a way. Well, and it's certainly, and that's the cynical thing to say, it's certainly interesting at the very least. And that being said, find your meaning of life, guys and gals out there. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so yet, so you never ever miss an episode again on Playing Hardball. And we're continuing with this Let's Play and every other Let's Play. Check out the channel. You are heartily invited, and you are also even more heartily invited to share your thoughts in the comment section. So, and see you next time. Bye-bye.